Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jody. My husband David John and I have a small farm in the panhandle of North Idaho. These are our stories and adventures. And David John's home. He's out of the hospital, had a single bypass surgery. Every day he gets a little bit stronger, so praise be. And the funny thing is I took him into the hospital because I was tired of doing everything by myself. And now, until he's healed up, literally everything is him supervising and me doing. But I'd rather have him supervising and getting better than not have him at all. So the project I was working on while he was in the hospital as a way to, in the morning before I could go in there to just take my mind off things, is I was working on the duck pond, the new duck pond. So let me show you where I'm at, and we'll finish getting this thing ready, so hopefully in the next day or so we can get it filled up for the guys. So here you can see I've got the step for them. I've started stretching the liner around, but before I go any further, I want to explain what's underneath. So I've laid the whole bottom with feed bags. Even though when I was going through raking, leveling it out, I'm trying to get as many of the snowberry roots and stems out as possible. The feed bags will just help for the one or two that I may have missed. And I did go through and put a wooden stake in so every single cinder block's got a wooden stake, and have partially filled them up with the soil from the pond. These two at this end, this is where my out is going to be. So once the liner's on, I'll just remove those two blocks and it will just flood out this area. Thought I got stung by a yellow jacket again. But now I'm gonna go through, I've got some more capstones, and try to get this liner laid out relatively smooth. Let's see how far we get, but before I do that, I'm gonna go put shorts on, because now it's warmed up and it's easier to play with this liner when it is warm, because it's a lot more malleable then. So let me go get shorts on and we'll be right back. So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to pull the liner so it's smooth around the pond. Just started on got the one edge or the two edges done. Now I'm just working my way down to that end, just pulling everything this way. It is a little longer liner than we need, and I'm not going to trim the excess off because this is just a temporary. Once David John's feeling better next spring, we're going to be putting a true drain in it, just about where you guys are standing, dumping out into the no man's land behind us. And in case he needs the extra liner, I'd rather leave it on. So go through and finish getting this done. Oh, and the reason I'm wearing just socks is, one, so I can feel like I felt that buckbrush root just over compaction and everything. That much of it was sticking above the ground, which definitely would have over time put a hole in the liner. So kind of feeling for that stuff as I'm walking on this, plus the black rubber is super hot. Makes it easy to work with, but not to walk on. So let's quit talking and get the rest of this done. Okay, I guess I'm going to show you instead of time-lapsing it. The GoPro battery said it was at 68%. Now it's dead, so such is life. So that gets the basic pond layout done. Gonna offload the rest of the stepping stones and we're gonna use the leftover tile from the wood stove project to lay down, just because the Muscovies are wood ducks, so they have very sharp claws, just to help protect the bottom from them. And I did get this liner at a deal at work. It was on the last tier clearance, so it's a 17 by 12, and I got it for less than 20 bucks. But don't want to waste it, because to replace it is over 100. So gonna go put my shoes on, grab the rest of the tile to put in here. Oh, and the stepping stones. I am going to be putting a island in the center of the pond, so plus the boat dock, so if a little one gets in and can't get out because they've been playing too long and got too chilled, will have the boat dock to get up out of the water, and then the island in the middle just to give them a place to get out of the water. So let me get these removed. We'll get the the ceramic tiles, and we'll see how far we can get with those guys. So had a little epiphany, went down to get a drink of water on where my outlet is going to be. I'm going to kind of rearrange that corner so I've got a little more flex with the liner draining it out, and then we'll start laying the tile and see how far it covers in the pond. Yeah, that spot might wind up collecting the goo while the pond is full, but it will flush out really easy right there. So gonna set the tiles, and I'm gonna start over in this corner because this is going to be their main entryway into the pond. And once I lay the tiles down, I don't want to be stepping on them because they're going to break, and I'm not going to go uber tight up to the edge so I don't poke a hole in the liner. So now I'm going to grab the 4 cinder blocks that I'm going to use for the island. And don't set the blocks on your toes. So the only stones I have left is a box of broken ones. I may just use them on this back side just to get as much of the covered, but this is going to be right about the height of the water, and I did go around with the level and check my corners and the walls and everything except for down by where the drain is going to be. Everything was level. That one showed a little lower than everything else, which is fine because that's where the drain is, and I'd rather have the low side be at that end. So let me grab the rest of these tiles and lay them down, and we'll fill this thing here in a couple minutes. So I got the pond pretty much almost all the way full, gone along and put some capstones along the edge there, just to help prevent them from pulling stuff up. I did get rid of the blue pond, so now they just have to find this out. But I know this morning the Muscovies were checking it out, so shouldn't take them too long to figure it out. And when we go through, shush, Professor. And when we go through and get the drain in, the pond itself will get a skim of concrete to help protect the liner. But I think this will be fun for them once they figure it out. So I hope you have a good day and a good week, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys. So I went through and did the closing of this and forgot the most important step. Do they use it? Let's go check out. It's the next morning. So we've got the Muscovies in there, and Little Hell is swimming, and there goes the rest of them. I would say the pond is a hit, because now everybody can swim. So on that very happy note, I'm going to finally end the video for today. Bye guys.